Let's take a zoom in on that. You can see some of these pop-ups right now, not producing much, but as you move out toward Concord, you'll see this one shower moving on in, quick to pass through, but we are seeing a moderate shower within that small cell. And then also moving down toward Manchester, you can see that small cell producing some light shower activity as it's making its way toward far northern portions of Boston and Massachusetts. Now, this is the thing, these clouds are starting to break up even as they're making their progression eastward. So as we look at the futurecast, you can see that pop-up shower chance starting to diminish as we move toward the 6 to 7 o'clock hour. In fact, after sunset tonight, I do expect most of these showers will start to dwindle down. We'll see drier air start to filter back into the region. And with that drier air, clear skies. That's going to set us up for a sunny day as we head into tomorrow. Here's what you're seeing as you're heading out the door right now. So some of us are stuck in those heavier clouds, but as you're moving out, especially westward, that's where some of that sun is really starting to break through. And you can see where that sun is strongest at this point because, of course, that's where our temperatures are a bit warmer. So we do have Springfield at 75 degrees right now. Moving out toward Lawrence, that's the case as well. But as you move down toward the Cape and Islands, clouds are thickest there. So that's where we're holding on to those upper 60s. Boston sitting at just about 70 degrees with a mix of sun and clouds overhead. Tonight is when we do start to clear out. Temperatures will be able to drop, especially as you move inland, where we could see a few upper 40s. Orange at about 49 degrees for this evening. So it is going to be a cooler night in store for us. Boston will hold on to that 61, lower 60s as you move down toward the Cape with a light wind in place. But here's that forecast for tomorrow, and this is really looking to be a winner. Sunny skies expected. That southwest wind started to kick in. We have temperatures topping out in the low to mid 80s here. It's going to be a perfect beach day, which does look to carry over into Thursday as well. Now, as we get into a quieter pattern, things are starting to ramp up as we move down into the tropics, as Tropical Storm Franklin is now moving along landfall as it's making its way westward, west-northwest really, at about 12 miles per hour. Still has those winds up to about 40 miles per hour. It did weaken just a bit after making landfall last night. However, as it moves into the Bay of Campeche, it likely is going to strengthen just a bit as it looks to make landfall just to the east of Mexico City heading into Wednesday night and Thursday. There is another system we're watching that's a 30% chance of formation within the next 5 days. That's one that could impact the East Coast for next week. Here's your 7-day forecast locally, though, and you can see that sunshine breaking through, sunny and warm heading into the next couple of days. But by Friday, that humidity makes a return, and eventually we're tracking a few showers heading into the weekend. But at no point is it looking to be a washout, but definitely more bumps in the road as we head into the weekend and the start of next week. To prevail, and we'll finally get those temperatures up a bit and back to that summer-like trend. Lows tonight falling into the 50s and 60s. Highs tomorrow inching toward the 80s, just about 84 degrees for Boston. But you move toward the North Shore of Merrimack Valley, and that's going to be a hot spot tomorrow, likely the mid to upper 80s. Lawrence just about 87, but you move down toward the Cape. On the flip side, we have that wind kicking in and keeping us in the 70s down that way. Nantucket just about 73. So it was a cold front that produced some of those clouds earlier today and some of those showers we were tracking last night. Drier air pushing in for tomorrow. So you're going to love the forecast tomorrow, especially if you're heading out to the beach. Low humidity, sunshine in place. That's remaining the case through Thursday. But by the time we move to Thursday evening, the southerly wind's going to kick in. That's going to pull that humidity back in from the south and push it right into our area. So you'll feel that mugginess factor, the stickiness as we head into Friday, suggesting that we're getting a setup that brings that rain chance back into the area. That's something that's actually moving out of the northern states, making its way toward our region as we head into late Friday night, but more so heading into Saturday. Tropical Storm Franklin, still something to be monitored as it's making its way across the land right now, moving toward the bay. And keep in mind, as it pushes its way toward Mexico City, there is a little bit of concern that it will try to strengthen out of a tropical storm system into possibly a Category 1 hurricane. At this point, though, it looks like it's going to stay just below that Category 1, but still something to be monitored as it makes its way toward Mexico City, heading into Wednesday night into Thursday. It's moving west-northwest about 12 miles per hour with a 40-mile-per-hour wind. Here locally, things are looking pretty quiet the next few days. We have this nice dry trend in place. Sunshine and warmth will take you into Thursday, and you can see highs are really warming up, mid to upper 80s expected. So that's where we should be, if not just a tad above average high temperatures for this time of year. By Friday, that humidity makes a return, and I mentioned Saturday's that chance of showers creeping in. Well, here's a look. You can see that system moving in from the west, and more so as we said, as we move into Saturday evening, that's when those showers are going to increase and likely stick around into late Saturday night. So that's the bump in the road for this weekend. I wouldn't cancel your outdoor plans this weekend though, because we'll see plenty of opportunities for heading outside. Not expecting a washout, although there are a few more storms expected as we head into next week. For WCVB, I'm meteorologist Kellyanne Cicalese. So here's those clear skies moving through, so that's going to allow for those temperatures to drop. But it's also going to allow for that sun to break through tomorrow. So that is key in getting those temperatures up. Check out the 6 a.m. hour on our futurecast. Absolutely clear. So no troubles with your morning commute, at least weather-wise. We head into the afternoon and evening. A few clouds will pop up to our north and west that could produce a spot shower or two heading out toward upstate New York and even into Vermont. But as you'll see, as I progress into the evening, it tries to push eastward, but has no luck. It's going to dry out. That means that here locally, we are in the dry, we are in the clear as we move throughout the day tomorrow, and that actually will be the trend for much of Thursday and Friday as well. So low temperatures tonight are dropping into the 50s. I mentioned a few 40s. Well, here's orange, 49 degrees for tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if a few more spots hit those 40s as well, especially moving out through that Merrimack Valley where we do see temperatures falling into the lower 50s in town. That means in more rural spots, a few upper 40s definitely possible. Downtown Boston, 62 degrees, lower 60s as you're heading down toward the Cape. Nantucket at 63 for tonight. Highs tomorrow topping out in the low to mid 80s. Compare that to the lower 70s of today. Some of us even sitting in the 60s, especially down toward the Cape. And this is a nice jump that we're seeing. So 84-degree high in Boston, just above average. Low to mid 80s through the Merrimack Valley, where we could see a few spots inching toward the upper 80s. Lawrence, just about 87, heading out toward the North Shore. And then down toward the Cape and Islands, those winds keeping us in the 70s, but still quite a bit warmer than today as that cold front moves off the shore. High pressure settles in and keeps that dry air in place. That's the case through Thursday as well. But by Thursday night, we start to see that south wind kicking in. And so that's going to allow for that humidity to build back into our area. So that stickiness factor making a return by the end of the work week. Here's a breakdown of your 7-day. So highs in the 80s tomorrow and again Thursday. Friday, a bit of a downtick. We're down to 82 as we see that humidity bringing in a few clouds, but it looks like the rain chance will hold off until Saturday. Even then though, Ben and Maria, it's not going to be a washout. So if you do have outdoor plans this weekend, I would not cancel them just yet.